Переведено YouTube-каналом комик-кон.
Overjoyed to be a part of the Witcher panel. Are you guys ready to meet the amazing people that are going to bring this show to life? Let me hear you. That's what I want. Okay, to start off, I would like to bring out the executive producer, showrunner, and master adapter, Lauren Schmidt-Hisrick. Give it up. I need to hear you. Give it up. Give it up. Give it up. Yes. Next up is our fearless princess of Sintra, Siri, Freya Allen. Let her hear it. Let her hear it. Let her hear it. Hey, baby girl. Hi, baby girl. Okay, she is the most magical mage in all the land, Anya Chalatra. Let her hear it. Let her hear it. And now, he is the White Wolf, the Butcher of Levican, the Monster Hunter, our Beast Assassin, the Witcher, Henry Cavill! Let him hear it! Give it up for the cast creators of the Witcher! Yes! Y'all look good too! You look good! You look good! You can have a seat now, guys. You guys, give them another round of applause. These amazing people. I'm gonna tell you something, because you guys haven't seen any of this amazing show yet. You're gonna want to go back in time and give them what they do, because they really need a bigger applause than what you just gave them. So can we do it one more time? Give it up. That's what's up. That's a Hall H welcome. Hi, Lauren.
Hi.
Okay, this fabulous show, I want to start here. Also, it's also a video game. You guys know that. Who are gamers in here? Who's played The Witcher? Yes. What I want to make very clear is that you guys are in for a great treat, because it's also a video game, but it began as books, and the show is adapted from the books. So that means those of you that have played the game, you got a whole new world to see. Those that are being introduced to it for the first time, you got everything to see. So Lauren, what made you want to be a part of this world?
Man, I'm
gonna start small. Little simple questions to start.
If I knew that I was going to have to do this, I may have chosen something else. This isn't nerve-wracking at all, you guys. At all. No, I read The Last Wish is where I started, and I absolutely fell in love with the short stories. If anyone here is familiar with them, amazing short stories. And Netflix came to me and asked me if I'd want to adapt it. I said no. That I was a huge fan, but I didn't think I was the right person to adapt a fantasy show. But what's great about The Witcher is that it's so much more than a fantasy. You know, you'll get your monsters, you'll get your magic, you'll get, you know, sorcerers and sex and violence and all the stuff that... Yes, there is sex.
There's sex.
Everything you want, but really it's a story about a family, and that's what I thought that I could bring to it, so.
Henry? Hi, Henry. First of all, I just want to say it's a shame that you're unattractive. It just sucks that you just have no muscles. What attracted you to Geralt?
That's a very good question. Oh, first of all, hi everyone. Love you too. What attracts me to Geralt? I'm a big gamer. I've played the games a lot, many hours put into those, and Warcraft, but we're not talking about that today. And there was something about Geralt which really struck a chord with me. He's not your average hero. He's a very hard exterior, tough, real-world type person who won't treat everyone perfectly. Mm-hmm. And at the same time, deep down, he's a real hero, right at the bottom of it. And he keeps that very secret and very private.
To those who don't know, what is a Witcher?
What is a Witcher?
Yes.
Right. Okay, hands up here who doesn't know what a Witcher is.
Who doesn't know what a Witcher is? There's a couple people.
There's actually quite a few.
Tell them, Henry.
Okay.
Tell them.
Yeah, no, I wasn't criticizing the question. That's an awesome question. I was just wondering. Okay, what is a witcher? A witcher, in short, is a young boy who's been taken from the streets or left to fend for themselves, and then ultimately taken in by this group called witches. And they are trained to levels of almost inhuman agility and endurance. And then from there, they're subjected to various alchemical trials, and they become mutants. Most of these children do not survive, and say 1 in 10 would survive these trials. And then after that, they are trained in the art of monster hunting, and they travel the world hunting monsters for coin. And that is their one and sole purpose in the world, and they are often rejected by people because they're not supposed to have emotions.
Ooh.
And that serves them very well in their monster hunting. But ultimately, just a group of badasses who kill monsters.
Yes. So Lauren, what makes Henry your Geralt? Why did you say this is the guy to play this role? And can you talk a little bit about you guys' partnership? Because the show begins and ends with this character and your interaction with him as a showrunner.
Absolutely. You know, I met Henry for the first time before there was a script, before there was anything. He was really annoying, and
I really was. Like, I had my agents calling every day
Yeah.
just to make sure I got this.
And finally, I said, "Yes, fine. I will take a meeting with you. We will sit and we will talk about a show that is not yet greenlit, and we have nothing. We have nothing." So we met. We had a lovely conversation about Geralt, and I said, "Thank you. Now I have to go write the show." And about 4 months later, we had seen 207 different options for Geralt.
Wow.
And yeah, a lot. I mean, the casting process for all 3 of these
Amazing characters.
amazing characters,
All 3.
was crazy. But no, I realized as I was writing, I continued to have Henry's voice in my head. And that's kind of an undeniable sign that it was meant for him.
I often have his voice in my head.
Different.
Too.
Different.
Images, and his voice. Sorry, I do. Go on. Sorry, Lauren.
Not that way. Not that way. And then we met up in New York, and Henry was kind enough to actually read for Geralt for the first time, and I got to hear the voices that were in my head actually come out of his mouth. And it was a done deal that day.
Awesome. How was it like for you? Yes, that's an applause line. Yes.
Sure.
Henry, what was it like for you? Like, did you just feel in your heart, because you were already playing the game, yes?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
you were like, this is me. I am him. He is I. I don't know. Some of that wasn't grammatically correct. But how did you feel about it? What made you say, I need to fight for this role?
That's a good question, because I was very, very passionate about the games. I did play them a lot, and every time I played the games, I just thought, I really hope they make this into a movie or a TV show or something. And eventually, I heard, and it was, I don't want to use any cliche terms or anything, but it was something which I wasn't going to let pass me by without
Yes.
giving it my absolute best shot. And so, yeah, I annoyed the hell out of my agents, called them every day, and I said, you better be calling them, what's going on, sort of, why am I not in that room yet? And they kept on telling me the same things that Lauren told you, which was, you know, they're not ready, they haven't got a showrunner yet, let alone a script. And so when Lauren came on, then I started pushing harder. And then I finally got the room with Lauren, and Lauren said, it's great to meet you, but we're not even ready to cast anything yet. So you're just gonna have to wait. And I did. I waited 4 months, and thankfully the 206 other people,
Sorry, guys.
for whatever reason, I'm sure they're fantastic, but whatever reason, didn't have that thing, and which was right for Geralt. And it's an absolute honor for me to have the opportunity to bring this guy to the screen. It's a guy who lives very closely to my heart.
I want to throw to a clip because I'm a very visual learner and I need to see things to understand fully, but I do understand that every time we see Geralt in this show, we're looking at you, that there's no stunts person for you, is that correct?
That is correct. It's very important to me that when you see Geralt on screen, that you know it's Geralt and that it's not some guy who can do the Geralt stuff and I'm just the acting piece in there. For me, the character involves all of that. And yeah, we have a little clip
We have a clip.
Some of you may recognize this scene, but yeah, let's run the clip.
Let's look at it. Okay. Okay. Yes. So, what kind of training does that take? My lord. So much fighting. What kind of training?
What kind of training? Okay.
Yeah.
I spent all of my free time when I wasn't on set, and even when I was on set, with a sword in my hand.
Yeah.
It was just getting used to the weight of the sword. It was using it day in, day out. I had, I think, 3 swords where I lived. I had 4 at work.
Wow.
And it was just non-stop practice, 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 whatever.
That's terrifying and creepy.
Yes. I want to talk to the 2 lovely, fierce, amazing ladies on this stage that aren't showrunners, the actresses. I'm going to start with you, Anya. Hi, girl. Hi. You played the fierce Yennefer. You guys, come on now. Can you talk to us about the journey that she's on and what she's ultimately looking for? Tell us about our girl Yennefer.
Yennefer is on a journey of self-discovery.
Yes.
I think what's great about our story is we look at not only her power but her vulnerabilities, and together that makes her the ultimate survivor. I'd say her overall goal is to find true connection and an unconditional love, which she's never experienced.
Yeah, she had a tough life.
Yeah.
Y'all gonna see, she had a really tough life. She's been on a quest to discover her power also. What has she sacrificed in order to find power and to find love, to get her power and find love? What do you think she had to let go of?
She had to let go of.
Because there's a trade-off. Like to get one thing, she has to give up something to get something, and you can't give anything away. There's something she gives up.
Yeah,
but
she presents such a harsh exterior, and that's something that she needs to reflect upon and tap into the vulnerability, which actually makes her the most powerful mage out there.
Right.
Arguably.
I think that it's important for you guys to see this amazing woman in action and see, yes, y'all, we just full of clips today. We full of clips, chock full of clips. As Anya said, she vacillates between being strong and confident in her power. She's also very self-reflective and vulnerable. So I want you guys to see what she brings to this amazing, complex character. Can we see some Yennefer? Let's see some Yennefer. What you guys will discover when you watch The Witcher is that it literally is something there for everyone. I always liken genre shows a lot of times to like Friday Night Lights or Walking Dead. Hear me out. Friday Night Lights appears to be about football. Walking Dead appears to be about zombies. But they're actually about the heart of people, the connection they have, how they live their life, the love they build, the family they choose. And The Witcher is like that. So if there's anyone in here, I know we're at Comic-Con, so most of you are genre fans, but if there's anyone that's afraid to dip a toe in, because you think I don't like fantasy, you're gonna like this fantasy. I'm gonna tell you right now. Did you see that amazing acting from Anya? Hello? And she has a transformation that I will not spoil for you, but it's a transformation. It's not just emotional, it's also physical. She's a beast. She's a beast, so I want to give you your flowers while I'm here with you. All right. How was that? How was it filming that scene? How long did it take? Tell me a little bit about the scene we just saw in the clip.
I remember, first of all, I remember the location we shot at, and I remember emailing Lauren at the time and saying, this is the best day ever. Because I couldn't believe where I was, and this part means so much to me, and this scene is such a huge moment in Yennefer's journey, and everything about that day was epic, epic. I mean, I was freezing, but it was epic.
That's the first time I've seen this clip without a VFX slug across it that says "Make Baby Dead."
Make baby dead. That's what it says. I saw it too. Make baby dead.
Yeah. For months now, it said "Make Baby Dead."
Baby
so
dead.
It's really nice to see it with a dead baby. I know.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Hi Freya. Hi Pumpkin. How you feeling?
Nervous.
Let her feel loved, you guys. She's a little nervous. Let's give her some applause. Hey! First of all, you are amazing. You're beautiful, you're talented, and you're wonderful. And this is also your first major role. So what was this process like for you becoming a part of this amazing show?
It was so exciting. I've always wanted to be in, some fantasy epic.
You got that face, girl. You got a face for fantasy. You should just be an elf or the queen.
So it was like a dream role for me. When I got the audition, I was just so excited. And I was like, I have to get this one. And it's weird to think this time last year I was, studying for my exams, and now I'm a lead part in a.
I hope you're still studying for exams. You're not out of school. School's important too.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
But.
Not kidding. School's important.
And school kids.
It's just been amazing working with such incredible actors. Every day I've learned so much just absorbing constantly. Jodie May is just phenomenal. Adam Levy, all of them. It's been an incredible experience.
Well, you are wonderful in it, and Ceres starts the series as a very protected princess. She's got her own little cocoon that she's in, and then some things happen. How would you describe her journey this year without giving anything away? Too much away. Give it a little.
Well, as you said, she's had a very sheltered upbringing. She's been very privileged, and as a result of that, she's incredibly naive to what the real world is. And she's always been surrounded by people who have also been molded and shaped within this environment, and so she's never experienced a different perspective on life. And so I think that's a huge part of her journey this season, is putting herself in other people's shoes. And she it's clear from the start that she has this might and drive embedded in her, but she has to find a new kind of strength in order to overcome, or at least look past, the horrific things that she sees. And so it's a journey of development and discovery, and she's constantly in flux throughout the season.
Well, you know what? I wish when I was your age I could have stood in front of this many people and been that poised and amazing. My God, that was great. That was great. Okay, Lauren, so you have your Witcher, and then you have these amazing women. What did you want to add to the backstory of the women? Because the Witcher is the Witcher. And now you have these other women to flesh out this story. How did you go about bringing the woman's perspective into this?
I don't know that I would call it necessarily a woman's perspective. I would say that in the books, you meet all of the characters through Geralt's lens. And one of the things that I wanted to do when I came to the series is think about who these characters were before they met Geralt. So that they would be fully fleshed out characters that have their own journeys, and their own wants and needs and desires and complications that aren't just reflected through a
male lens.
A male lens, yeah, or Geralt, whatever. It is. And what's so fascinating about it, that both Anya and Freya have spoken about, is that in the books there are all these hints of their amazing backstories, and you get to see little tiny glimpses in flashbacks. We actually got to bring those.
There it is. It's back.
Oh, I'm back. We got to bring those to life, and I think it's one of my favorite parts of the series, is that I would call it an addition to the books. We really took the books and honored that source material, but we were able to give characters a little more breathing room and really get to know them before these three eventually meet up.
Right, and another thing that's really great about the show when you see it, you guys, is everybody is fully formed. So, and the other thing I want to say, my alliance has shifted. Like 1 minute I'm rooting for this one, I'm like, this is the good guy. And then I'm like, well, that ain't the good guy. And then I'm picking someone else. So was it baked into the cake that maybe there isn't a hero or a villain? Like everybody's got a little bit of all of it in you? Yeah, what do you guys think?
I think it's like I was saying, it's all about different perspectives. And for Ciri, she meets a lot of different people along her journey. And she's having, I think she manages to see.
Keep going, baby. I just gonna come.
Although they may have kind of completely opposing views to her, she's still managing to see the good in them.
Yes.
And so I think that's a really kind of prominent theme for my journey anyway.
Well, one of the great things about Siri's journey is that she's the character, I think more than anyone, that reveals the fullness of what this world is. She goes to a lot of places. So I want to show a little bit of Siri in action so you guys can see what she does. Let's do another clip. Another thing that is amazing about The Witcher from episode 1, beautiful diversity. Thank you. Thank you. Representation matters. Hey, Henry.
Yes.
Hi. We can't talk about Geralt without talking about Roach. Tell us a little bit about your horse, Roach. Tell us about her.
Roach, jeez. Geralt isn't Geralt without Roach. We meet Roach with Geralt at the beginning of this story, and as a lot of you know, Roach is more than just a horse. And more than a flying horse for some of you as well. But Roach is actually an essence of Geralt's, more like an anchor to Geralt's honest and true self. Because Roach is a name and a character which he gives to every single horse he's had. When we meet Geralt, he's 100 years old, and horses don't live that long. So he's gone through a few Roaches already, and the Roach that he's on she's everything to him. She's the one source of humanity left, because the rest of the world hates him and hates everything that he does. And so yeah, she's his, what's the word I'm looking for, Lauren?
There's no writer on this panel. I don't know what you're talking about.
She's the one access point he has to humanity. To put it, yeah. I'm going to keep on waffling if I keep on talking.
Yeah.
So.
No, there was
Next question.
I enjoy your waffling. Please continue.
There's a scene that we talked about. There's a scene in the first episode that I wrote where Geralt has a long soliloquy to Roach. And very early on, I would have friends read the script, and they would be like, "What is with the dude talking to the horse? Like, that should definitely go." And I actually think, I mean, we've kept it, we've added to it. No, Roach is really Geralt's anchor. And the one person, you know, Geralt doesn't show a lot of emotions. So it's the one person that he feels like, one horse that he feels like he can be himself in front of.
It's kind of like a therapy horse.
Henry, also, Witchers tend to live very solitary lives, and they're not really supposed to make moral decisions. How is that line blurred for Geralt? How does he waffle when it comes to those decisions?
Unfortunately, I mean, it's not that witches aren't supposed to make moral decisions. It's that witches, the myth is that they have no emotions. Because that serves them in making deals with people when it comes to negotiating for coin for a monster, for a contract. And if they're supposed to have no emotions, then they can negotiate as hard as they want.
Right.
And everyone's going to think, well, I can't pull the "yeah, but my kids" card, because they won't care.
Right.
And it's clearly a lie when you meet Geralt. Geralt is far more than that. And that's the special thing about Geralt. He has this dichotomy of being very hard on the exterior, because that's how he believes the world is.
Yeah.
That's from his experience. That's the reality of the world. And so he reflects it. But in truth, deep, deep down, there's this man who he has a belief in what the world can be. And so there's moral decisions he makes along the way, and all of them get him in trouble.
Well, you know what, you guys, how do you feel? I feel like we saw some clips. We talked to Henry and Anya and Freya and Lauren. I feel like we did everything we could do here on the Witcher panel. Don't you guys feel like we got it all in? Yeah? How you think? Well, y'all just greedy.
But wait.
What is that, Henry? What did you say?
There's more.
There's more. Henry, there's more. What could it be?
Sorry, I didn't hear that, guys. Did you want to see more?
Do you want to see?
And just one more time for the girls, please. Okay, guys, let's roll the clip.
Here's another clip. Hey, I told you. We have like a couple more minutes. I just want to ask, you talk a little bit about, when it's a show as epic and as big as this, can you talk a little bit about the crew that makes something like this possible? Can we just give a little love to all the people that work behind the scenes to make this amazing?
We have an amazing crew. From this started with 9 writers in a room here in Los Angeles. We've been in London for post-production, which is going on right now. I keep getting texts telling me to watch things today. We shot in Budapest. We went to Vienna. We went to the Canary Islands. We went to Poland, where this book series is from. We carried a crew of about 300 people with us most of the time, and this vision is thanks to them. It can be in my brain, it can be in their hearts, but none of it actually shows up on the screen unless a lot of people are doing their jobs really well. A special shout out to Andrew Laws, our production designer. Everything is as beautiful as it is because of him. Very early on, what I asked the writers to do when they write episodes is to keep basically Pinterest boards, like mood boards for their individual episodes. And we would upload those and Andrew would take those off. And so from our poring over internet and Google searches, we got that, which is pretty incredible.
Yes, yes. You guys know crew is unsung on any show you like, right? They get there before everybody, they leave after everybody, they get paid less, they have less amount of time when they go home to get back. They literally deserve a bigger round of applause than what y'all do. There's crew here. There's people working behind the scenes here to make Comic-Con great for you, so thank you for that. We love crew. Is that what it says? All right. Anya, we didn't get a chance to find out how you became a part of the show. Can you tell us how you became a part? What was the audition process for you? And
yeah, I actually didn't know of the Witcher novels before auditioning, which was great because I went into that process I had no idea. I had 3 auditions, and loved every single one of them, and definitely wanted the job more every single time I auditioned. After I did get the role, I immersed myself in the books and the games and everything I could get my hands on because I had it.
Can you say a little bit about the physical transformation that you went through? Because I was watching and I couldn't figure out, is it prosthetics? Is it something? Help us figure it out.
Wow.
Without giving away any, all the magic, but
yeah,
tell us, but don't give anything away.
Yeah, tell us, but don't give anything away.
What can I give away?
You can talk about. Okay. You can talk about. Well, especially let me just say, Anya's being really, really sweet about her audition process. She worked her ass off and met with us. And my favorite part was that we had written fake casting sides so that no one could see the actual scenes we were doing, and one of them involved Jennifer eating an apple. And not back yet. Yes. Hi guys. Anya came in and throughout the scene was getting angrier and angrier. She took a huge bite of apple and spit it all over the casting room floor. And then finished the scene and was like, "Thank you, I'm so sorry," and picked all the chewed up pieces of apple up. No, it's okay. It was very sweet.
Yeah, that was my casting process. What was it?
Yeah, I don't remember the question.
Oh, that's it. Well, how she
the transformation. Yes, that was such a gift for any actor. Yennefer is a gift for any actor, but to transform, to have, with the help of prosthetics, to transform your whole body and play a 14-year-old and go on the journey, to when we meet Yennefer in the books, was amazing. And I wish I had more time to work on the movement of that. I left a job and went straight into The Witch, so I wish I had that. But actually, I was on set a lot, so I got more. It became second nature for me to just tap into that. that movement.
I gotta say, I can't imagine how much better it could have been, because I thought there were two actresses playing the role. I said, well, they look alike, but they're not. The bodies were so different. It's amazing. I want to say thank you so much, you guys, for letting me be a part of introducing this amazing show to these people. You guys are talented, amazing. The show you created is wonderful. And you guys, this is the best news I can give you today. When The Witcher is released, it's coming soon, it's going to be streaming. So you can go right from one episode to the next episode, to the next episode, to the next episode. And as a genre fan, you know that little 7 days waiting for something else to come on can kill your spirit. So thank you. Thank you so much, you guys. We're going to take a moment and go over and take some pictures. Give another applause for this wonderful cast on Netflix. Thank you guys so much.